Hey lovelies, it's Heather here. I'm just gonna shoot this real short video because, I'm lost in my thinking, I guess. I don't know what to think about anything, to a degree. I guess it's the biggest thing is am I a good person? And that's a constant that, keeps going on, well, not all the time. It's self-doubt because of the actions of others, is the best way to word it. All the actions of others towards me my whole life, and it's am I a good person? And then it's all this reading up on narcissistic, personalities and all that and everything, and just, it's oh, this, that, this, with everybody that I'm dealing with, especially with people in my family and everything. It's oh, yeah, and stuff like that. And, that's even in my video I made of the other day. I was like, EJ, you're being narcissistic because. And then even the confusion on that and everything in my own mind, because the world and it's I'm trying to learn from everything all the time. I'm trying to take everything in as a learning experience. And then because I'm trying to always take everything in as a learning experience, because it's I grew up in a house where it's I'm retarded all the time, I have no intelligence, I have no capability for learning anything supposedly, and supposedly I'm just this dumbass, And so it's I'm constantly taking everything as a learning experience. And even though, yes, sometimes I do have fun, very rare, because I'm so fucking serious all the time. And then I'm so serious that, I know that there's a balance that you need. That way you can actually process things better and stuff. And then, all the mental trauma and turmoil and shit that I'm dealing with and stuff. And it's really fucking hard. I'm not gonna cry. I just woke up. Fuck. But anyways, but anyways, it's all this narcissistic, shit and just everything. And I sit there and I read all these things, and there's some things that it's I'm am I a narcissist? Am I narcissistic? And then I read how everybody's narcissistic, to a degree, on some level. And I get that and everything, I really do understand that. And so then I'm no, I'm just, whenever I try to, actually be kind of proud of myself, or have confidence in myself, and that's when I'm coming across as a little narcissistic and this and that and everything. But these people out there that, like my mom and stuff, that just love to be that way, And it's what's the basic definition of a narcissist? What's the simplified version, or description of a narcissist? Well, isn't a narcissist somebody that always gets what they want? And then it's I've had discussions with my mom. My mom don't get what she wants, But it's almost some type of disease or something, which there is, where it's that far gone that it is considered a mental health, thing and all that and everything. But it's just I feel like I'm gonna die of a fucking heart attack, I swear. Sorry. It's just my heart feels heavy. But fuck, now I'm getting hot. But anyways, it's like my mom, if you ask her, are you happy? Are you getting what you want? She'll say no. But the thing is in comparison to somebody like me, she's being treated like a fucking princess for as far as getting what she wants. And she's so fucking ignorant and blind, and she doesn't even realize how lucky she is and how in control she is of things, and stuff like that or whatever. And so I don't know what to make of anything. Like, I'm just like, I'm like so unsupported. There you go. I'm so unsupported. Is the best way that I can think of to word it. Because I sit here and I try like the best that I can and to reach out to people, and then I'm, making these videos and stuff, and it's like I read all these things, and like watch all these videos from other people and stuff and everything, and I'm just like, damn, like I guess it's almost like a judgment of success is the best way to word it. Who's successful with their life, who's successful with even their YouTube channel, and I don't mean success wise for as far as money, even though yes, money's nice. I mean success wise for as far as followers and stuff like that or whatever, like that support, and it's like I've almost come to the conclusion that like I'm always going to be starving, and it's like the starving artist, and it's like it's like in the Bible, the truth will come and people won't want it, they'll shut it out and everything. And that's like I made a comment about Cardi B because Jen has talked to me about her, because I guess Jen admires her in a way that I don't admire her. I admire her for being herself. She's being herself, at least for as far as I know. I mean, I haven't sat down and had a conversation with her to see if she's, feeling tugged to do the things that she does or whatever, but I don't think that she does. I think she's being herself, and I admire that quality in people when you can just be yourself, and you just accept who you are. But, it's like Jen admires her for as far as her money, for as far as her, coming up and making money the way that she has and everything. And, Jen sees all the sacrifices that she made, and stuff like, to become who she is. And she admires that, she's like, hell yeah, that's the way to go, like that's Jen's kind of thought to a degree on it, and I think Jen might wish that she had the courage to follow down that path or something like that. I don't know, but she just admires her differently than me. I know that much. And I honestly only admire her for that, for her being herself, because I feel like it's feeding into more of the corruption of the world to a degree, the way that everything's going for as far as stuff like that. And I don't want to do that, that's just not me. That's not for me. Am I saying that, she's a bad person or something like that? No, she's just doing what the fuck she's supposed to do. She's being who the fuck she's supposed to be, and I don't mean Jen in case I'm losing somebody. I'm talking about Cardi B, but it's like everybody, comes together and everybody's supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing, to be who they are, so on and so forth. Everything just, you see Una in the mirror. But, it's just divine workings of a nation, I guess, and of life and stuff and everything. I don't know. But anyways, back to the whole narcissistic thing and all that, and my mom, and being unsupported and all that. And then it's like, you know, it's like this kind of, well, I've been unsupported my whole life. My whole family is unsupportive of me. I put myself out in the world, and the world's like, nope, chew me up and spit me out, to a degree and everything. And it's like, okay, and it's like, well, you know. And it's like, I just, I wonder if the day is ever going to come that, like, I feel supported. I feel like backed, I feel like I got people behind me, that got my back. And even though there's two people in particular that, like, I'm not directly talking to, but, like, there's some type of wavelength, something or another going on, because the shit that they're talking about, I'm like, oh my God, and I'm like, okay, else they watched my video and they feel for me, but they, don't have the courage, which I would think that they would, they don't have the courage to talk to me directly, which I would fucking prefer, and I think that they would. So I'm just like, okay, God sent, like, to make me feel better, and all this and everything. Because when something speaks to you, it speaks to you, and it's so profound. It's so, the word, the terminology, the examples that they're using and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, and I'm like, they're talking to me. But then that self-doubt comes in, and I'm like, no, they're not talking to me. And then I'm like, they're talking to a lot of people that are like me. And then I'm like, no, because I can't even, like, nobody's like me. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like, nobody's like me, and like this kind of cocky ass person. But to a degree, yes, we are all made uniquely, we're all made different. We're all going through different journeys and stuff like that. That's like even, oh shit, what is it? The Master Key, or something like that. Anyways, it's this audio thing that I've listened to before. And it's like we're all, walking down different paths, and whenever you cross over, and stuff like that, for as far as different paths and everything, and, you upset people and stuff or whatever, you just gotta, everybody's, everybody's perception, everybody's experience, everybody's ways. There is nobody that you're gonna meet that is exactly like you. I don't care if they're what is it, a doppelganger or what the fuck ever, and they look like you and they do things like you. I don't care if they're your fucking twin. At the end of the day, y'all two are not going to be exactly alike. Y'all are not going to experience things exactly alike. Y'all are all made different. I don't know. I'm just fucking exhausted. Like, I'm so exhausted. It's like I'm always. It's like, imagine. And I can't even get my words correct anymore for as far, because I need to go back to school. But I can't go back to school because I don't have the, the fuck, what's the, my words, and I don't know. Oh my God. I started reading about autism last night because I was like, fuck, am I autistic in some way? What the fuck's wrong with me? It's like, I know I'm dyslexic and stuff, but, any fucking ways. It's a struggle. It's such a fucking struggle. Metaphors and, yeah, a metaphor, I guess, would be like, say, you're born on a fucking mountain and there's a cliff, and it's like, here, you can run from here, the house where you're born, that's on top of the mountain, to the cliff, and that's it. That's the only places you can ever go, and you go to the edge of the cliff and you always see all this shit going on, and you're like, oh, and you're like, that would be an experience. That would be something different than this. I've been experiencing the same shit for 30 years, you know? And it's like that would be an experience, and you see everything as a fucking experience. You really do. You see that, you know? And granted, there's some experiences, like, say, for instance, you look down and say you see people that do drugs, and one of them does drugs, and you see them go into a seizure and die, you know? And you're like, no, I don't think I'll take that one. You know? Like, I don't think I'll take that experience. But I'll learn from the fact that I've visually seen that, and that actually scarred me that I seen that. So, I'm good. You know, you're like, lesson learned just from the person that put themselves in that situation, and you can have the outlook, you know, and you can look on to, and you can learn that. And that's one thing too about my YouTube channel is it's like, what the fuck, you know, like, I hope that somebody can take that from me, you know, and be like, what the fuck has she learned in her life? You know, even for as far as this seclusion and this trapped feeling and family, and, you know, and let me learn that, you know, from her, because I can't, you know, you can't look at your mom and dad, if you had a good mom and dad, and be like, hey, treat me like shit, because I want to see what it feels like. Like, no, you can't fucking, like, do that. But, anyways, then there's all these other experiences that I'm just like, you know, it's like I anticipate, and, you know, I'm just like, please, and come on, and, you know, and I know it's something that I can grow from and learn from and all this, and let me learn, and I want to learn, and I'm tired, you know, and it's like, okay, why do you get stuck in a situation, you know, and supposedly it's because you're not learning something, you know, and I've heard all that shit and everything, but I'm one stubborn ass motherfucker is the best way to put it. Because you gotta learn to be that to survive. And it's hard to cut that off when you've had to stay stubborn to make sure you're not going to, like, be fucking murdered, is the best way to word it, or at least that's the way your brain processes it, because your dad walks around telling you he's gonna kill you, and then he beats the shit out of you, and you're like, okay, gotta be stubborn on myself, you know, and one way to be stubborn on myself is I can't cry. No crying, you know, like, crying is bad, you know. And so you just learn this stubborn quality and everything, and it's what you had to do, and it's who you had to be, and it's what has made you admirable by quite a few fucking people, so you feel like it's nothing to be ashamed of. And then you're stuck in this same shit for 30 fucking years to a degree, like, for as far as dealing with my family, and it's like, do I really have to remold everything about who the fuck I am? And if I do that, then I'm going to lose, you know, and it's like weighing your options, you know, and do you want to lose, and is the sacrifice worth it? And that's even like I talked in a video, I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do now anymore if nobody is going to help me out of the situation. And it's like, no, Heather, you're completely and totally on your fucking own. Okay, the only other option is to run the fuck away. Be like, toodles, you know, and just fucking disappear and be like, hey, kid of mine, sorry, you know, you chose to live with them, so that fucked me up, you know, and you chose to stay with them, so that fucked me up, and you chose not to talk to me all this year and a half you've been gone, so that's fucked me up, and I've been taking care of your pets for this whole year and a half, you know, sorry that one of them went away, I tried to fucking find him, I don't know where the hell he went, but, you know what, and here's all your shit, and at least I was nice enough to move your shit within a family dynamic, you know, place and everything. That way, if I do just poof, disappear, you can just come over and be like, I want my stuff, you know, and there it is, you know, and it's like, do I really have to just poof and go away to learn, you know? And it's like, there's a part of me that's like, yes, you do, you know, and all that, and that's like even kids that do have to go away to learn, and that's like even my kid going and living with my parents. I'm like, well, she gonna learn some shit now. I'm like, she couldn't look at me struggling and be like, I don't think I want to experience that, mother. Instead, she was like, that looks interesting, and maybe I can manipulate them the correct way and do things the correct way or different than what mom did, so that way I do get the benefits of living with my grandparents, my mom's mom and dad, and instead I'm just like, yeah, we'll see how that works. I hope it works for you. I really do. And concluding you are different than me, maybe it will. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll benefit you, you living with them, because it sure as shit didn't benefit me. But then again, it kind of did, because it made me who I am and everything, and I'm not supposed to hate who I am and blah, 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 and all that shit. But it's like, do I really want to throw away the qualities that I have? Do I really want to become this completely different version of myself, even if it's only short-term, short-lived, to have the fucking experiences of things, and to grow from them. And while in one case I do, it's like, on the other case, I just fucking don't, and it's not that I'm scared, it's that I like, to a degree, I don't fully, I fucking hate half of who I am, but I like half of who I am. I think I'm at a very balanced, very good, and that's probably why. Oh my God, it makes so much sense now where people are like, you're stable, you're so stable, you're so stable. Like, you're such a stable person. But a stable person can't grow to a degree. I mean, basically, okay, if perfection does not exist, and the best thing that you can be is stable, and you're born stable, because you have just as much turmoil and heartache in your life as you do goodness. If your family, let's say, let's give them some credit, let's say that they done a good job. Let's pretend that they did, even though dictionary based wise and worldly based wise they didn't, and they haven't and everything. But let's say that they have. Let's say that they did do a good job, they even though they fucking hate me. But then it's like this weird ass love. But anyways, let's say that they done such a good job that they made the best, I'm not trying to be cocky, but it's like, people that have said to me, I'm stable, I just want to roll my eyes at them. And then, because they get mad at me when I'm not stable, once they get to know me, they're like, usually you always put your pants on before you put your shirt on. Let's say it's something that simple. And instead, today I put my shirt on and then my pants, and I'm just like, and it's usually something that's like a metaphor. It's usually something a hell of a lot bigger than that. It's like, let's say that I've told them that I like, because I don't even know. Let's say that I told them I only like eating out at fast food restaurants because the other restaurants kind of make me feel like I'm stuck up or some shit like that. Which, to a degree, I do feel like that. I just, if I'm going to eat out, it's going to be at my convenience. That's the reason, it's like, that's the reason I see eating out as a thing. It's not supposed to be leisure and time to enjoy, I didn't understand that to a degree because my nerves are so shot, like being with my family and all their fucking hate, and everything. But it's like, I mean, hell, I can't even eat here in fucking peace if you watched yesterday's video. Like, there is no peace for as far as shit like that. But, any fucking ways. Sorry. Something, like my arm's itching. My nose. Oh my God. But, any fucking ways. Fuck. What was I saying? Let's say I don't like eating out at restaurants because I feel like I'm being a stuck-up piece of shit person doing that. And I feel like, I'm really feeding into America's bullshit of, we're better than you, for as far as people that can't go there, can't afford it, don't go there, don't even have places like that nearby, you know, people that are over, just trying to get fucking water to their fucking mom, like, and shit like that, and it's like, okay, the balance, what's the middle, what's the middle of that, for as far as restaurants and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, if you're going to tiptoe into the field of going out to eat, oh my God. But if you're going to tiptoe into that, and be like, okay, whatever with it, then it's like, okay, let's go to a fast food restaurant because we're going because it's convenient, it's quick, I'm in a hurry, I gotta hurry and eat and get the kids to bed, and I got dishes to do from earlier because I had a big breakfast and I didn't get them done, and, it's Christmas Eve and I got gifts to wrap and whatever, so yeah, let's go to a fast food restaurant and get the kids fed and get them home, get them bath, and get them in bed, and stuff like that. It's like, okay, let's do that. Let's the convenience of it. And so I'll say to somebody, I'll be like, I don't like eating, and people take things so fucking literal because people are so unmovable, and stuff to a degree. And while, yes, for the majority, when I say something, I mean it, but there's always that 1% chance that, yeah, you can wiggle, and like, I give myself permission to have wiggle room, I guess is the best way to word it. And so, like, I'll sit there and, like, say with my husband, I'll be like, oh, I only like fast food restaurants. I don't like all those other uppity restaurants, And so it's like, oh, okay, and so that's where we go, and we're together a year, and everything, and we're together 2 years, and we've only went to fast food restaurants, and the convenience and money and all that, and taking everything into, and then let's say that me, let's say I start sneaking, money, not sneaking it, but like, instead, I'll be like, oh, it's going to be $20 for groceries. And he's like, okay, here's $20 for groceries. This is just an example. And instead, I'll only spend like 15 or 18 on groceries and I'll hold on to the rest, And even though, yeah, for this week or this month or whatever, I'm not getting that candy or whatever it is that I like, and I'm making the sacrifice of not getting my normal groceries that I get, or say it's even the toilet paper that's more expensive that's softer, and instead of, I'm just like, we'll get the cheap toilet paper or whatever for this week, for this month, and I'm saving back that money, and then I save back that money, and then let's say our anniversary comes, and I'm just like, hey baby, let's go to Red Lobster or Olive Garden or, some place like that, and dude fucking looks at me and is like, what? We don't have the money for that. And then I flash the money and I'm like, I got my ways, like, I'm like, and I'm like teasing, but, he's like, how did you, where'd you get the money from? Let's say he's the provider, which is the scenario that I did live through, but this is an example. This didn't happen, but this is how I did get his Christmas present. But I flashed the money, or whatever. And he's like, how'd you get that? And I'm like, well, when I said this, when I said it was going to cost $20 for groceries for that week and every week, and instead, I was holding on to $2 and $5 here and there, and I was going without, this and that, and, we didn't get as many sweets or junk food in the house, and we just got basic groceries. And I'm like, so that's how I saved the money. I'm like, so let's go to Red Lobster and Olive Garden. 9 times out of 10, this is where I get attacked and I get told that I am a piece of shit, that I am not the stable person that they thought that I was, that I'm a manipulative, sneaky little asshole, that they can't believe that I would want to even go to a restaurant like that, that I told them that I only like fast food restaurants, that, and I just get fucking, gaslighted, I guess, or whatever, but I don't think that's what that means. But anyways, I just get fucking blown to smithereens, I get treated like shit for trying to properly go about, doing something sweet and kind and nice and going to have an experience and, and stuff like that. And this person is so focused on me as something that I guess they're fucking studying. I don't know. Like, I didn't know that there was, a class out there called, heatherology, or something like that. But they're so fucking trying to study me. And they're so fucking like, this is Heather, and this is our experiment, and she is stable, and she is perfect in what a perfect person can be, because we know perfection doesn't exist, and so she's this stable ass person that never does anything besides what she says she's going to do, and then long and behold, I fucking do something like that, and I get fucking attacked for it. I mean, I'm talking like, rip me a new asshole attacked for it. And then it's like, oh, well, if you can do that, that was especially my husband's thing. Oh my God. Ooh. I saved money. I bought him a fucking gift. $50 fucking airplane. Put it up under the goddamn Christmas tree. He's like, how did you get the money for it? And I told him. And he's like, when did you go and buy it? And I'm like, that's the reason I snuck off with my parents. I mean, I didn't sneak off with them. I told you I was going to their house, but we didn't go to their house. We went to the store so I could buy you this, And he's like, well, if you're that sneaky, then how do I know that you're not sneaking around doing other shit? And I was just like, oh my fucking God. I mean, talk about, if you could literally, like, hear your own heart break. Like, if you could hear the audio of your own heart just, break. Like, it's like nothing's good enough, But any fucking ways, like, I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm so tired. I just want new experiences. I want things that I can grow from. I'm not afraid to fucking admit that. I'm not afraid to look at somebody if they want to get into the fucking, shit of it and be like, am I just an experience to you? Nah, shit. My fucking dog is just an experience to me. We are beings that are just put on this fucking planet. Anything and everything that you go through is an experience. Me being mad, me being angry, me being sad, me being frustrated, me being, pissed the fuck off, me being nice, me being kind, me choosing, to be nice and to be kind and to keep trying to be nice and be kind, even though I'm strangling my own self with my own fucking rope here, but it's okay. Because at the end of the day, I'm still doing what the fuck I want to do because I'm a stubborn little shithead, But it's just like, yeah, But to be nice to people that are hateful to you, and all this and everything, and make all these choices and everything is an experience. And when people look at me, I guess, and they see this stable person, I guess, or whatever, and I'm like, hey, let's have some fun. Let's do you like that, and I've never learned anything about that, and teach me about that. I'm like, I think I'm teachable. Teach me about that. And everybody's like, no, I don't think you'll like it. No, I don't think you want to. No, this, no, that, And I'm just like, help me, help you, help me, to help you, to help, it's like, and it's like a lot of people, it's like, they get on this kick of how I'm so stable, supposedly, or I'm such a good person, and it's like people almost kind of devalue themselves and like think that they're not good enough for me or some shit, and I'm just like, okay, have you met me? Do you know who I am? Do you know what I've been through? Do you know how fucked up I am? All this and everything. They're like, yeah, I'm fucked up too, though, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, and I don't want to make you worse, and this and that. And I'm like, Do you realize that I know that? And I'm still saying, I choose you as of right now. And do you realize that I'm not so impulsive that I'm like, hey, I'm going to choose you. And then you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to choose somebody else. And you know what? The next day I'm going to choose somebody else. And the next day I'm going to choose like, that's really hard for me to do. And that's the reason I even hate, like, the whole dating scene of everything. I even hate getting on the dating app, the one dating app that I have right now, and sitting there and being like, cute, 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 okay, okay. And then, like, no, X, hell no, and having to, like, go through and be like that. I hate having to be like that, because it's like, wait, I just said that 10 people today, because let's say you have a limit of 10 people, which I think you do, and I went through 75 people, and I found the 10 people out of 75 people that I thought were cute. And it's like, wait a minute. That makes me feel kind of, I just want to look at one person and be like, they're cute, they're hot, they're sexy, I like them. And, like, smother myself in that fucking, like, just, But anyways, it's like the impulsiveness, that I get fucking, I don't know, like, treated like shit for and all that and everything. And it's like, I'm not, I'm just trying to be a good person, damn it. I'm trying to live a good life, but at the same time, I'm trying to experience things. I'm trying to grow. And concluding, I'm not growing. I'm staying the same. And everybody's like, well, you should stay the same because you're this stable person. All these people that, see me from the outside. Now, my family doesn't say that about me. My family looks at me like, you're a crazy little bitch and a piece of shit and I fucking hate you and we wish you'd die. That's pretty much the gist of it. But everybody else that kind of comes into contact with me is like, you're stable, or there's something about you, or I can't put my finger on it. Or even if there's people out there that they're like, you know what, you're a bitch. You know what, I hate you. You know what, this. And then it mirrors back to them, and then it makes them realize, oh shit, I'm fucked up. Why am I hating her? She was just being honest. She just told me like it was. I make people grow, I guess, is what I kind of feel like. And I feel like if I can't make people, and the thing is, though, is the people that I want to make grow, I can't. I want my family to grow. And I can't. And it's almost like, preparing for something, and stuff like that. Okay, me as I am, the way that I am right now, I cannot make my family grow. I cannot make my parents, my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my sister, I cannot make their viewpoints grow. Their viewpoints are stuck. I'm a piece of shit, I'm a bitch, I'm a whore, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that, or what the fuck ever. Their viewpoints are fucking stuck. And I can't even get them to budge, Like, did you ever think, can you step outside of your little box of perception? And can you look at things the way that I'm going through them? Can you see what the fuck I'm going through and really allow it to not just be seen in your mindset, but also in your heart too? And how the fuck it's fucked me up, and how the fuck it's fucking you up, and how the fuck that, yes, I am depressed because I'm really sad and really broken on the inside. And I'm trying not to be. Every fucking day, I wake up every fucking day and I'm like, okay, today is going to be a day that you're not broken and you're going to do everything that you can within the circumstances of not, running around and being like, hi, do you see me? Yeah, I see you, and talking to yourself like you're fucking nuts, And, it's like, no, I'm going to stay in my sanity box, and all this, and, and I'm going to stay there, until I get the... I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense to anybody. If I do, just put a thumbs up, please. You don't have to say anything. Just put a thumbs up if I make any sense to anybody on this. But, okay. Practice makes perfect. There we go. Practice makes perfect. Okay. I can make people that have mental health disorders, for the most part. Not all of them, but I can make some that I know, that I've met, that I've hung out with, that I've been friends with, and all this and everything. I can make them learn to make sense of things in the same way that I do. Not that I'm trying to dictate and be like, I know everything and you need to listen to me. I don't. But I can make them step outside of their perception of things. And that is one great thing, though, that is honestly kind of a good thing about having a supposed mental disorder or what the fuck ever, which I kind of think's a little bit of bullshit, opinion or whatever, is people that suffer any type of mental disorder, they can step outside of their own perception. They can step outside of this box, and that's even like the fucking movie Split, and the guy has did or what the fuck ever. And he's stepping out of who the fuck he is from 1 second to the next so swiftly, so quickly, so accurately that his perception changes. The only thing that his perception does not change on is the fact that he as a whole, he as an entity, is under scrutiny and attack. If you've ever watched that movie. But he's under, he feels like he's under attack. And so he feels like he's constantly having to protect and guard, and he can't let nobody in fully. And so, and he has, he has did or multiple personality disorder or whatever. But anyways, that's the thing that is so fucking magnificent about people, and that's the reason that even like in the movie, the woman that's seeing him, that he ends up, that's his therapist and everything, she's like, it's magnificent, it's great, it's great that these people can, do this, and it's amazing, and they're unlocking things, that we didn't know, and this and that, and all that, and everything, and stuff. Now, how much truth is in that, but for as far as the truth of, like, somebody supposedly, because my cousin, Misty, that died, that I fucking adored and loved, she was diagnosed as being bipolar, paranoid schizophrenic, and all this other kinds of shit, but she could feel me, is the best way to word it. She was very empathetic, when I contacted her, or talked to her, when I was crying, when I was upset. Now, granted, she couldn't be there with me that long, because she like her mind and everything, and it's constantly changing so quickly and stuff. But, like, when I had my miscarriage, and I called her, and she come and she picked me up, I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to say anything. She got it. She got it. She got what I needed in that moment. Now, she didn't get what I needed moments later, because, or not moments later, but hours later. Hours later, her mind was like, I got shit I gotta do, But in that instance, to just be felt, to just be seen, to be understood, to be heard, to be, and yes, she went through miscarriages herself, but never the way that I had. But she didn't have to the way that I had, just to be able to step in and be like, you're hurting, and I know that you're hurting, and I know what you need right now. And right now, you just need somebody here. You just need somebody here. You need somebody that's willing to sit with you, somebody that's willing to pet on you, and rub your back and your hand and hug you and tell you that it's okay, and somebody that's going to let you cry. Like, I didn't have to tell her that. Like, that's one thing that I've always kind of thrown off about, especially on dealing with men, supposedly. Because supposedly, man and woman's always supposed to be together and all that shit and everything. Even though in the Bible it states that women are going to be together, men are going to be together, so everybody's trying to fucking go against God, which, all these people that get on this big Christian kick and, well, I'm just trying to save everybody and all this. Can you let the world be what the fuck it was supposed to be then, says your God? Your God says that the world is going to be bad, that it's going to be cruel, that it's going to, and all this shit's going to happen, and women are going to be together, and men are going to be together, and all this. So can you just let go of the fucking control ego shit that you got going that you're trying to claim is God and it's not God, and just let things be and go naturally and flow. But they can't fucking do that because they're the dipshits that are like my own fucking parents to a degree. Now, granted, they say that they're not, against relationships of the same sex and stuff like that, but I know that they are. I'm not stupid. I was born into their fucking family, just like they say that they're not racist, but I know that they are. That's just like my grandmother. If she hears of you dating somebody outside of your race, she'll talk about how, well, everybody needs a helpmate. Everybody needs a helpmate. That's what your person's supposed to be that you marry, and that's your helpmate, and all that. And, she'll get into the differences of ethnicity and, and stuff like that and all that. And I do get it. I do get it. If I go out and date a white guy and I go out and date a black guy, there's going to be differences. That's a given. But if I choose, I'll put up with his differences. I'll put up with the fact that maybe he likes fucking fried chicken and watermelon because he's a black dude. Not all of them do. But, or maybe he wants to go every time we go on vacation to freaking Africa because maybe he's an actual African American, and he wants to visit his ancestors, and that's what I'm going to have to put up with, But this guy over here that's a white guy, he might want to fucking just stay here because, this is where we've been living for fucking years, man. This is where, his great-great-great-grandfather, and shit like that. And so our vacations are over here in the fucking U.S., and like, that's where, and so it's not a racist thing when I fucking say that, because I know some people be like, oh, she just said fried chicken and watermelon, she's so racist, oh my god, look at that bitch, like, I know, I've been around them. I want to bitch slap them, I want to pull their fucking weave out, like, I'm just like, what did you call me? Like, do you know me? Have we met? But, there are distinctions between every ethnicity out there. You cannot deny it. But anyways, there's distinctions. It's not racism when you're just making the obvious, hey, there's a distinction here. Now, I'm not saying that just because somebody's black that they're going to like fried chicken and watermelon, or waffles or what the fuck ever, They might fucking hate them, They might have been raised by a white family. They might not even like that shit. They might look at fried chicken and be like, I need some baked chicken with some oregano and sage and this and that or whatever on, like, no, I don't do fried chicken. That's unhealthy, I don't know. I'm just saying, Like, you never fucking know. But any fucking ways, you don't know until you get into that. But to a degree, if you have the knowledge that yes, there's going to be some distinctions, there's going to be something that, that's even like, them putting lotion on. Now, there's white people that put lotion on every fucking day. Every fucking day. And there's black people that put lotion on every fucking day. The mass majority, though, of black people put on lotion every fucking day. I don't know about the white majority. I think not. I'm white. I see some high maintenance females, but I sure as shit ain't one of them. But then again, maybe I'm being, what is it? Is it biased or no? I don't know. Maybe I'm being maybe I'm just seeing it from my point of view because I'm like, lotion? Yeah, like, I like it. I'll put it on occasionally. Usually I'm more of a fragrance person. I like perfumes and stuff like that versus the actual lotion and all that. Like, and it's like, oh, this whole story of, if you put lotion on your body's gonna look better. Honey, no, like, it's not taking away my scars, like. And granted, I don't, I kind of have a lot, I kind of don't, I don't know, it's like a mix, but it's like, no, like, and you put it on and everything sticks to you or what the fuck ever, and then it's like, oh, these new lotions that cost even more money, you couldn't afford the cheap ones, now here's some more expensive shit, and it dries quick, and it's like, and then it's just more shit to put on your skin, more shit to have to wash off, like, I'd rather take a fucking dirt bath and have to wash that shit off instead of goddamn lotions. I don't know. I'm a tomboy, I guess. I ramble about so fucking much. Oh my god, it's been 50 minutes. I can't believe I've been talking for 50 minutes. I was going to shoot this video and be like, this is going to be a 10-minute video, just me talking about how I feel, this and that, but it turned into this, that it is. But any fucking ways, the whole gist of this video, the whole gist of this, and everything is it's just like experiences and wanting them so that way you can grow from them. And if I'm this stable person, and then that's even the Hexaco fucking test, it's like, oh, and I watched this one, and he's like, Myers-Briggs and get off that, and that's too much, and all that, and everything to a degree, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, recommend Hexaco test, and I'm like, okay, and I'm INFP-T, and I think I read the T, and it was like turbulent, and all that or something, and I was like, yeah, I was like, and I was like getting all into that, and then I'm like, ooh, I want to find out, what this person is, so that way, but I can't get nobody to latch in to talk to me about it. Now, Jen, she told me once or twice, she's like, I think I'm this. And I'm like, okay. And I don't know what to do with that, because if you're telling me that you think like it's like still debatable, then I'm not going to debate about something with you that I would like to, or not necessarily debate. I'm not going to discuss and have a full-on conversation with you about something that you think is debatable and you don't know if it's a fact from where you're standing. That's like if I come up to somebody and I'm like, hey, my skin is brown, like, I mean, I'm a white person, but I got more, color to my skin than, my pale-ass sister over here, and I'm like, my skin is brown, and somebody else come up to me and they'll be like, well, I think I'm, brown, and they obviously are, because let's say they're of Latino descent, and like they're darker than I am, so, but they're not black, and they're like, I think, and I'll be like, okay, and with a normal person, I'll be like, well, don't you know that you are, and stuff like that, but with Jen, she's so in this way of being, it's just, I learn people, I guess, and I don't mean that in a way that I learn you so I can manipulate you so I can find out. No, I learn you so that way I can respect you as you're being who the fuck you are, and that's the thing. Oh my god, fucking EJ. Ugh! God damn it. Okay, you tell me you don't like me. You acted like you liked me. Okay, you tell me afterwards, don't do that shit again, and all that. But you don't want to talk about it? Okay, how do you expect to ever grow from it? I mean, EJ, if at this fucking rate, you're gonna be sitting there fucking 40 years from now. I'm not trying to be mean, but god damn it, maybe that's what you fucking need, because you're acting like a goddamn brat. You're acting like a goddamn brat about the shit. And then it's making me act like a brat, because I'm like, oh, I want EJ, and then I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me, and then I'm like, I want the experience, whatever the fucking experience is, okay? And if the experience is fucking dating you and fucking finding out after we date that we're not supposed to date, or if it's dating you and finding out that, yeah, we are, and things are lining up good, or, something else going on, or what the fuck ever, just let me fucking have it, and then, okay, red flag, you're saying, no, that's not what the experience is supposed to be. Fuck you. It's not what the experience is supposed to be. Okay, then the experience is supposed to be for me to fucking learn the shit and fucking learn about it. Okay, the only way that I can fucking learn is if there's some type of fucking communication, okay? And I don't mean this fucking, oh, you watch my video and then you're like, oh, let me go to my DeviantArt page and let me pull up my cat folder and let me find a cat photo that reminds me of something like the one with the last one you did with the big green eyes, because I'm sitting here crying, I'm not stupid, EJ. I see this. Stop fucking manipulating me, you goddamn bitch. I mean, I'm sorry, but fucking hell. Stop it. Stop it. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, right about now, if your dad came and picked me up and said, you know what? Yeah, she does need to learn a fucking lesson. She's acting like a goddamn brat about every fucking thing. You know, and she acts like a fucking brat about every fucking thing. She wants to whine and manipulate and she's lazy. Or let's say that that's what he says to me because I'm sitting here and I'm reading up on your zodiac sign because I'm just trying to fucking figure you out. Not because it annoys me in a way that I'm like, I have to. Oh my God, you know, and I'm sitting over here drooling. But it's like, I want to grow past this, goddammit. Don't you? Don't you? Isn't that what you're saying to me? I mean, think about it. Isn't that what you're saying to me? You're saying, I don't want this. Okay. Then the best way to not have this is for you to not be watching my fucking videos and going and putting shit up on your shit. But see, you're just as tempted as I am. You're just as tempted in this shit as I am. So stop denying it. It is okay to be tempted. It is okay. And you don't have to call me a fucking temptress because right about now, you're the bitch acting like one. Okay? So fuck off. But seriously, like, god damn it. Like, I'm not afraid to get in somebody's face and fucking tell them. That's the reason I got my ass beat when I was a fucking kid. I think you're worth this, EJ. I think you're worth growing past this. I think everybody is worth growing past the shit that they need to fucking grow past. And if it involves, just like Jason, if it involves me having to get up and get physical, and I don't mean in a sexual way, baby doll, for the sake of you as a person, because I care, god damn it, I care. I care about everybody. Okay? If God himself said, Heather, to make the world give a shit, to make the world care, you're gonna have to go and knock a tooth out of every person's fucking head to make them grow as a person, to fucking understand that they need to get outside of their little box that they're fucking living in, you know, and they need to just try all the shit that they're afraid of. You know, the saying, there's nothing to fear except for fear itself. And then you shouldn't even fucking fear that, because at the end of the day, if you are a religious person, EJ, the only thing that you're supposed to be fearing is God. Why the fuck are you fearing other things? And then, okay, it's fine to fear other things. Maybe you're afraid of me. That's why you called the cops on me. So I assume you're fucking afraid of me. And that's the reason, like, people get afraid of me, is because I sit here and I'm so passionate and I get to where I'm screaming and I'm, you know, or whatever, and I'm not even screaming, but I raise my voice and they're like, whoa, red lights, call the paramedics, you know, call the guys with the straitjackets, have her locked up. She raised her voice at me. I'm raising my voice at you because when I sit here and I talk nice and I talk calm and I'm like, listen, baby doll, sweetheart, honey, sugar, you know, like, sugar, honey, iced tea, what the fuck you need from me? You know, like, baby doll, you know, I'm trying to help you. I like you, and I want you to grow as a person, and what do I got to do to get you to do that? Because I want you to do that, and I don't even know why I want you to do that, other than I'm a good person, and I like to see other people grow, and it's not that I'm sitting here and I'm on some cocky shit, and I'm like, look at all these fuckers I made grow. Look at my garden. Look at my garden, bitch. Like, no, that's not what it's about, but I'm just like, look, you know, myself, you know, I'm happy. That's my purpose in life, I guess, god damn it. You know, I look at people and I'm like, I made them fucking think about some shit that they never thought about before. You know, like, damn, that's me, you know, like, I'm like, I made them think about something that they never fucking thought about before. Hallelujah, praise God, you know? Like, but I swear, like, EJ, if your dad come over and he's like, you know what? Like, say you went crazy, EJ, and say you locked yourself in the goddamn house or something, you're not talking to nobody. I'm the one that they could call if they didn't know how to do it themselves and they didn't have the bravery to do it themselves, because say they've dealt with this shit with you before and they've kicked in the fucking door and you attacked them or what the fuck ever, and then they retreated, and they're like, no, that cost me too much. Like, I'm the one that'll kick in the fucking door to a degree and say you attack me, and I'll sit there and I'll attack your ass right back, and we will go, crazy on this fucking shit, attacking each other until we bring out the better versions of each other. Because even though I took the Hexaco test, or whatever it's called, I think that's what it's called, and I even hated that I took that because it made me just be like, yeah, blah, blah. Like, I feel like, yeah, I'm this, like, neutral, bleh. Everything come back in the fucking middle. Everything was like, I think it's rated on percents because I ain't looked at it in a second, but it was like 40-60, or 50-50. And I was just like, oh my God, this is why when I was with my husband, he's like, you're perfect. And I was like, don't fucking say that. And it reminds me of fucking watching A Walk to Remember, and, what is it? She, like, he comes over for lessons or whatever, or to be tutored or what the fuck ever, and she's like, I have one rule, and he's like, what, and he fucking hates her guts, he fucking hates her guts, EJ, he fucking hates her guts or whatever, and she's like, don't fall in love with me, and he's like, haha, and he's like, oh, that, and then he ends up falling in love with her, And it's like, that's kind of a little bit of the thing with me, it's like, stop fucking crushing on me, people, unless you can put up with me, unless I'm somebody that you look at, and you're like, yeah, stop just being these random everybody that, like, crushes on everybody, and you're a guy, and you want to put your dick in, a fucking hole, and you're just like, yeah, pretty face, want to fuck, and then y'all all back out like little chicken shits is another thing, too. Like, I fucking can't. Like, I swear to God, like, it's hilarious as shit. But even, like, dealing with Jason, like, Jason, maybe that's how I go about falling in love with people. Fuck if I know. I look for the most broke, most fucked up person to a degree. Not because I'm like, hey, and all that and everything, but I'm like, can I help you? Is there something that I can benefit you? Because I'm sorry, I'm not happy unless I'm benefiting others. And that's the reason I'm so fucking miserable. And that's the reason I'm really fucking miserable right now, is because my daughter got taken from me. The one person that I've benefited every day to grow, grow past who she, and all that, and grow past things and stuff. But now she's able to be her stable self, and so if she wants to be selfish about something, she has every right to be selfish about something, because she doesn't have me around kind of being like, now, are you being a little too selfish about that? But acceptance and moving and all this other shit, and like, I don't know. Like, EJ, you're in a place where everybody accepts you. Everybody around you accepts you the way that you are. Whatever the fuck that they define that as. But they don't look at you to ever change. They don't look at you to ever change who you are, where you are, how you're living, how you're being, and how you're doing things. And while to a certain aspect that might be a good thing, they don't look for you to ever grow ever again. And you are too fucking young for that shit. You are too fucking young for that shit. I'm too fucking young for that shit. That's the reason I get so fucking mad at people when people are like, Heather, you're stable and I'm bad for you, or I don't want to be with you, or you're too much for me to handle, or what the fuck ever. And I'm just like, I feel like fucking Medusa. I feel like fucking snakes pop out of my goddamn head. And I'm just like, bitch, what? Like, I want to grow, and there's my selfishness, I want to grow as a person. I want to, I know I'm stupid. I know I'm ignorant. I know that there's things that I can educate myself in, and I know that there's, like, education out there, book-wise and stuff like that, but I can't even get past the emotional shit of the emotional turmoil that I went through, because nobody is helping me with that shit. And even though I'm not sitting here and being like, EJ, help me with all my problems and fuck yours. See, that's the goddamn thing, EJ. See, that's what she was expecting from me. And you didn't get that from me, because that's what you got from everybody else. Everybody else tried to help you once or twice or a few times or when they felt like it. They tried to help you when they felt like it. Okay, bitch, I ain't even fucking felt like it, and I'm still trying to help your ass. Okay? Jason too. All these fuckers. Adam. Ooh, God. Now, Casey, no. Casey, no. He shut that door on himself. And I shut that door too. You know, it's like the saying, you know, you gotta learn to let go, and you gotta, what is it? You gotta put in the effort to love and put in the effort to let go. But any fucking ways, everybody has accepted you where the fuck you're at, EJ. Everybody has. They're just like, well, that's EJ. That's EJ. That's EJ. That's EJ. You're too fucking young for this to always be who you are. You're too fucking young for it. There's too much out there. There's too much opportunity. There's too much time for you to fucking grow. You can redefine yourself. People can redefine themselves in fucking 3 months if they fucking want to. But they gotta want it. And that's the thing, EJ, is you're sitting there and you're scared. And I know that you want it. I see it in your fucking eyes. I can see it all the way from the top of your fucking head down to your fucking toes. I can see it in your goddamn eyes. I can see it in your fucking soul that you're trapped and that you want to grow, but you're scared to take that leap off the fucking cliff. And I'm not. I have thrown myself off the fucking cliff just to have to be screamed at by the fucking people down, there that can give me the experience. Hey, get your ass out of here. We don't want you. And that's what you're doing to me, EJ. So I'm sitting there and I'm climbing back up the fucking side of the mountain and I'm looking down at you and I'm like, bitch, you sure? And you're like, yeah, I'm sure. But then every night when everybody goes to sleep, because the shit you're doing with the DeviantArt page, every night when I go to sleep or when everybody goes to sleep, you're coming in, you're whispering to me and you're like, hey, I need your help. Bitch, I'm here. I gotta end it though before I lose it. So I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye.